YAML. Prerequisites for Amazon EMR. 1. ING role. Purpose grants Amazon EMR access to necessary AWS resources. Explanation. Amazon EMR needs permissions to perform tasks like launching instances, accessing data in S3, and writing logs to CloudWatch. An ING role allows EMR to assume a specific identity with specific permissions, eliminating the need to hardcode credentials within the EMR cluster configuration. This ensures secure access to AWS resources while adhering to the principle of least privilege. 2. AWS S3 bucket. Purpose stores EMR cluster configuration files, logs, and application data. Explanation. EMR uses S3 for persistent storage of all cluster-related files. Configuration files are stored in S3 to define cluster properties, software versions, and other settings. Logs generated by the cluster and applications running within it are stored in S3 for monitoring and troubleshooting. Data processed by EMR applications, like input data for Spark jobs, is often stored in S3 as well. 3. Virtual Private Cloud VPC. Purpose provides network isolation and security for the EMR cluster. Explanation. By launching EMR clusters within a VPC, you can control network access, apply security groups, and isolate your cluster from the public internet. This is essential for enhanced security and compliance. You can also leverage VPC endpoints to securely access services like S3 without relying on public internet connectivity. 4. Subnet. Purpose defines the specific network range within the VPC where the EMR cluster will be launched. Explanation. Subnets determine the IP address space for the EMR cluster instances. You need to ensure that the chosen subnet has sufficient available IP addresses to accommodate the desired number of cluster nodes. You can also select subnets in different availability zones for high availability. 5. Security group. Purpose controls inbound and outbound network traffic to the EMR cluster instances. Explanation. Security groups act as virtual firewalls, defining which ports and IP addresses are allowed to communicate with the cluster nodes. This helps restrict access to the cluster and prevent unauthorized access. You can configure specific rules for SSH access, Spark UI access, and other required ports. 6. EMR Studio optional. Purpose provides a web-based interface for managing EMR clusters and interacting with Spark jobs. Explanation. EMR Studio offers a user-friendly environment for managing EMR clusters, monitoring job progress, and visualizing data. It simplifies interactions with EMR and provides a centralized hub for cluster management. Although not mandatory, EMR Studio enhances the usability and accessibility of EMR.